Greetings, my name is Neosekken, welcome back to my Let's Play of Aoi Shiro. In the last episode, I started looking for some alternate endings for Yasumi's route, and I haven't really found anything that seemed to show me anything new or different that I didn't already know from everything I played so far of her route. Except for the fact that in one of the wrong ends, I've encountered Narumi, Shioko's cousin, who is apparently the person that Migawa is chasing, and is also in possession of the stolen sword that stolen treasure that Migawa is also after. But when we ended up getting in between her way and the Oni stepping stones that led to Urishima, she I guess cut us down. It kind of faded to black and just ended on a big cliffhanger. So yeah, that in itself was a pretty big revelation, I'm not gonna lie. Other than that, I'm just basically seeing choosing every single option I haven't chosen throughout Yasumi's route, seeing what new scenes I can find, and well, here I am, still doing that. But I don't think I have much further to go. But we'll find out, I suppose. So I guess we're now doing a different version of the recap of when we found Nami at the ocean. Yasumi went to the ocean. Her pajamas were soaked. Because it was summer and people got night sweats, she had to change of pajamas and didn't sleep like that, but since we had to change that girl's clothes, and because of other things, it was a while before she took a bath to warm up.
そりゃ風邪ひくまではいかなくても 微熱の一つ二つは出るかもね。オサ先輩は？私は丈夫にできてるから。
If Yasumi and Aoi Shiro were in one group, then for sure, Momoko and me were in the other group. Okay, let me look at the flow chart.
カーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
So we're right at this point. So let's skip the scene.
進行カーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
Choosing to worry about the other two led me to this pathway of choices. But then there's this big little arc right here. So I think I'm gonna see if there's another choice that I'm not remembering down there real fast. So skip scene.
進行カーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
We have this option here as well. Let's have Yasumi help out. Okay.
Skip
That's the right one. Yasumi shop.
用語辞典よ。どの用語？進行状態。カーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
Okay, so I think we now have a major part of the flow chart
カーソルを合わせ
that
る
we
と
haven't seen
章台が
yet.
表示されるわよ。
And from here, it's actually, you know what? I think this might all be for the shopping trip, so I should probably see all this stuff. And then just go from there for a little while. So, Yasumi.
じゃあ私もそっちについていくわ。スキップ。進行状態。カーソルを合わせると章台が表示される。
Here, you answer it. Yasumi was more suited to these situations than me, who was unfriendly. We silently communicated. Yasumi glanced over at me and confirmed that I wasn't going to get up.
それじゃあちょっと失礼します。
She reached out her hand into the gap between the driver and passenger seat and reached for the cell phone. It'd be nice if her arm could easily reach the phone, but Yasumi was just a little bit short, so she tried to squeeze her body into the gap. Squeeze! Yasumi's body was softer than the seat, so as she pushed through, her body was squished. She She let out a pained groan, and I wondered if I should help out, but... You can do it, Yasumi! I believe in you! I didn't want to do a mean thing, like reaching over Yasumi and robbing her of the prey that she was working so hard towards. Would Yasumi reach the phone first? Or would the other person hang up first? The suspense is killing me. The ringtone brought with it a weird sense of urgency, though it wasn't my phone. Sensei didn't look concerned. I was one of the two people that Sensei asked for help, though. I guess I could be thought of as a third wheel. As I started to get impatient, Yasumi finally retrieved the phone. You did it! She put her hand on her chest in relief as she stopped the ring of the unfamiliar phone.
Moshi, Aoi desu.
The voice had a teasing tone and caused Yasumi to blush. Whether it was because the reception was good or not, or it was because of the other person's voice, but sitting next to Yasumi I could also clearly hear. Though it was a young voice, her old-fashioned manner of speaking made it hard to judge her age. Talking to Aoi Sensei in that manner, the person should be a friend or senpai. And though the other person couldn't see, Yasumi was bowing in apology as she gave her name and status. I didn't think the person would get angry that she picked up Sensei's phone. I think the person on the other side might have been teasing Yasumi, who was apologizing. Too much, also. As Yasumi was explaining the situation, I sat up to ask Sensei who was driving.
Sensei, 後でかけ直すように伝えておきます？
大丈夫だから、おしゃべりでもしながらちょっと待ってもらって。
Sensei saw an appropriate place and started pulling the car over to the shoulder of the road. What a rough way of treating someone, but Sensei could also hear was on the phone, and felt she'd be fine with it. So Yasumi, just hang on for a little bit longer. Oh, we're at the next choice.
進行上、カーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
So we're right here. You know what? Let's say we can't do that this time.
そんなのダメに決まってるでしょ。何のために車で一緒に来てもらってるの？
ですけど、ちょっとぐらい荷物多くても先輩と二人なら大丈夫かなって。
With my training, I don't think I'd be able to carry more than the average person. But taking that into consideration.
私は休みが相方だと力仕事は心もとないわ。
Sure it is. You just gotta put enough effort into it. Adding us together, we went from average to minus, I think. The groceries needed for 3 meals until noon tomorrow, and the extra list of things would be hard for just the 2 of us to carry. It's a shame for Sensei, but we need to transport things, so she'd have to give up.
それじゃあまた機会がありましたら。
はいよ。教授とかも暇してたら一緒に飲もう。
いいですね。それでは。
切っちゃった。
Yasumi looked disappointed as Sensei said goodbye with a smile and hung up the phone.
先生、残念でしたね。
まあ少しはね。ですけど、先生は先生としてここに来ているわけですから仕方ありません。
Well, at least you're taking this well, so that's good. Since they hadn't made any prior plans, her job as an advisor takes priority. That was how a splendid teacher should act.
でも。
As Yasumi was going to protest, Sensei placed her hand on Yasumi's shoulder. The bright light from above made her glasses flash.
温泉と相沢さんの美味しいご飯があるだけで、先生はこの合宿に来てよかったと思ってます。
葵先生。
With praiseworthy behavior and also soothing his students' feelings, this really was a sign of an outstanding teacher. Or she's just good at lip service.
お父さんもお母さんもうるさいしね。
Was what it seemed like, if only she didn't say that last line. Told ya. So then, as we set out to do, we finished shopping and were as of now returning to Shoshinji. Nothing had happened. Everything was good. Isn't what happened, though.
シート倒してできるだけ楽にしてなさい。
Getting, bothered by that presence again?
すいません。急に気分が悪くなって。
We had finished the bulk of the shopping and were just looking for small items when suddenly Yasumi's condition worsened. Since Yasumi has a weak body, she often has moments when she feels bad, so this could be called normal. Let me look at the flowchart again.
進行状態のカーソルを合わせると章題が表示されるわよ。
Are we just gonna go right past all that stuff and go right around here or something?
急にうずくまるからびっくりしたわ。
最近はここまで急できついのはなかったんですけど。
Maybe I was also careless. Still, she had been well this morning, and even though she looked better now, I should have had her rest to be on the safe side. She herself said she had recovered and had a look on her face like, why is this suddenly happening? But still, I should have had her rest.
旅の疲れと初期あたりかしらね。
エアコン少し強めにするわね。
But still, it was a good thing that Sensei was here to help. Under the clear blue summer sky, if I had to carry that amount of groceries and Yasumi, who was feeling bad, I don't know what I would have done. Of course I wouldn't just stand there and would have grabbed a taxi, but a taxi driver would be a stranger and wouldn't let Yasumi stretch out her body and make herself comfortable like this, I think.
ほら、やっぱり先生が一緒でよかったでしょ?
Note to self, when you want to get uncomfortable in the car, don't take a taxi. Given a nod while lying on her side, her weak gaze, full of trust, seemed to light a fire within Sensei.
頼られてる。私、生徒に頼りにされてる。
That pretty much comes with the job, Aoi. Sensei absentmindedly muttered something, and a strange sensation seemed to be emanating from her back as she adjusted her seatbelt.
幼いさん、相沢さん。それじゃあ最速コースで昇進寺に戻るわよ。
先生、くれぐれも安全運転で。
Live a little! Drive recklessly!
自転車でも飛行機でも乗り物ってある程度スピード出してる時の方が安定してたりするものよ。
いや、車はもともと安定してますし。
Now there's an idea. Get Sensei behind the wheel of a plane. Sensei and I both supported Yasumi as we climbed up the long stairs. Oh. It was only after I opened the main door that I realized that if I had called someone, it might have relieved some of the burden on Sensei and I. Jeez, that wasn't a good omen. Though I knew that if I just let things fall as they may, it wouldn't turn out well. I was in a rush and wasn't thinking. No, it wasn't that I wasn't thinking. It was that I wasn't thinking clearly.
翔子さん、おかえりなさい。
Hello, Aoi Shiro. Soon after I entered the temple, I met Aoi Shiro, who looked like she was heading out.
悪いんだけど、何人かで下まで行って荷物取ってきてくれない？
Even if it were flat, I considered it too reckless to carry both the groceries and help Yasumi, so I'd left them in the car. The groceries were still piled up in Sensei's car. After I explained, Aoi Shiro went to go fetch some other people who headed outside.
翔子さん、休みちゃんどうしたんですか？急に顔色真っ青になって布団敷いてもらえると助かる。構いませんけど。どうしたの？ちょうど取り込もうかと思っていたところなんですけど、お布団は今外で干しているところなので。
Well, there's always the floor.
一組だけ敷きっぱなしのお布団があるんで、とりあえず休みちゃんはそちらに。
Never mind, Yasumi. No floor for you.
誰か寝てた？ほら、夕べの。
Aoi Shiro stopped in the middle of saying who it was and stepped aside a bit.
夕べのあの子がほんの少し前に目を覚ましたので。
It seemed Aoi Shiro wasn't the only one who stayed behind here. Hello, princess. From the shadow of Aoi Shiro's back, a small white face peeked out. Yasumi and the girls' eyes met. I didn't know whether the girl knew that Yasumi was the first one to find her, but she moved her head to the side and grabbed Yasumi's hand, which was using my shoulder for support.
目が覚めたのね。
Seems she's woken up. She turned her head and looked up at me.
やすみちゃんはとりあえずこの子が寝ていたお布団に。口が不自由かもしれない？今のところ一言も。ですから名前もまだ。わざとしてるようには見えないわよね。そうですね。私たちの言葉が分かっていないようにも見えませんし。
Well, as we know from earlier episodes, she can speak.
どれ、よろしいですかな、お嬢さん方。
She's probably just giving us the silent treatment on purpose.
誘拐和尚、どうしたんですか？
夕べの小さいお嬢さんが目を覚ましたと聞きましてな。
よく子供用の着物？
あのお嬢さんには少々大きいものしかなかったので、仕立て直しに骨を折りましたがな。
A monk and a tailor. You are a man of many talents, Yukai.
仕立て直し？
夕べあの後思い立ち、夜鍋で一丁仕上げましたわ。実際に寸法を測ったわけではありませんから、そこまでぴったりではないかもしれませんが、そこは和服の良いところ。わしが着せてやってもよいが、お嬢さんらの中で着付けのできる方おらぬかの？
はい。
さすがは剣道部。和の心もまだまだ健在ですな。
和尚の副業なんですか？
うちのような貧乏寺ですと、経を読むだけでは食べていけませんのでな。道場でも開こうかと思ったのですが、それも少子化過疎化の世ゆえ経営的によろしくない。
それで和裁師なんですか？
そもそも禅僧は書や画や彫刻、茶の湯や精進料理など創作方面にも強いのが特徴でしてな。坊主の袈裟というものは意外に高価なものでしてな。多少の心得があったゆえ、自分で作れば安上がりなのでは、それが出発点ですな。知り合いの者なども手がけているうちに、檀家の奥様に女物も頼まれまして、あとは口コミで仕事が入るようになり、というわけじゃ。
Well, that was nice.
納期の迫った仕事はともかく、時間を自由に使えますので、寺のお勤めがおろそかになることもない。なかなか向いた。
すごいです。可愛いです。素敵です。お母様が見たら大喜び間違いないです。
I heard Aoi Shiro's happy voice coming from the room. Aoi Shiro's mother, from a well-known family, performed Japanese dance, so wore kimonos perfectly. Of course, her daughter would too.
終わりましたかな？
はい、どうぞお入りください。
ほほう、わしの見立てに狂いはありませんでしたな。
ですよね、ですよね。かわいいですよね。
The young girl waved her arms, causing the sleeves to flutter, and also nodded her head. The refreshing white and blue combo matched her pale complexion. The pattern of running water on the sleeves matched her long hair. Like a mermaid that floated up. Like a spirit of the waves, born from the sea.
ここまで似合う娘さんに着られるとは着物冥利につきますわい。
着物の方も素敵ですよね。
お嬢さん方、卒業式や成人式用にいかがかな。
そうですね。お父様とお母様に相談してみます。
For the time being, we named the young girl who couldn't talk and whose origin was unknown, Nami.
秘密の人も
よ、進行上。カーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
Let's skip the
スキップよ。
scene. Huh. Another variation. Yasumi washed up and entered the bath. As if she had just went on a break, she let out a sigh.
休みもお疲れ。
はい、ちょっとだけ疲れちゃいました。
She sat forward and her two arms floated. With one arm, she massaged the opposite one and said,
少し休まないと手が上がらないかも。
何もそんなになるまでやらなくても。
It would have been fine to trade positions with someone before overdoing it.
つい。
But Yasumi was a girl who always gave it her all, and then said it just happened that way.
まったく仕方がないわね。あんまり長湯するとこっちがのぼせちゃうわ。休み、そこ座りなさい。
I directed her towards a wooden stool that Nami had been sitting on earlier.
休みの髪、私が洗ってあげるから。
そんないいですよ。
いいから座りなさい。
I chased Yasumi, who was fidgeting and backpedaling, from the bath and had her sit in front of me. I used all 10 of my fingers, as if to cover her entire head, which was near my stomach, to start rubbing.
強さこれぐらいでいい？
She gave a sigh of contentment. Her stiff shoulders, looking like they wanted to hide her neck, slowly lowered into their normal position. That reaction let me know it felt good. At times I would massage her scalp as I washed her hair. The hair wrapped around her finger was finer and softer than my own. I took care not to cause any pain as I rubbed, making bubbles.
にしても休み。
何ですか？
さっきの休みとナミって親子っていうか姉妹みたいよね。
I didn't think it was a shocking statement. Her situation might have made her sensitive towards the words parent or sister. It wasn't my own mother or sister, but as if it were my own who passed away, I felt tight. I shouldn't have been so insensitive. As I used my hands to earnestly work on her hair, I tried to think of something safe to talk about.
やっぱり昔はお姉ちゃんにこうして洗ってもらったりしたわけ？
そんなことはできませんでしたけど、先輩は洗ってもらったりしたんですか？
夏姉さんに？
My 10 fingers could perceive that she had moved her head forward.
夏姉さん、剣道に関してはすごかったけど、 それ以外は結構不器用な人だったからな。
So the kendo ace is not quite an ace at everything else. Go figure. I was happy that the Natsu-Nisan I liked so much cared for me in various ways, but...
目に入ったり絡まったりいろいろ大変だった。あと普通の石鹸で洗われたり。
Though for me right now, I didn't think of those results in a bad light. We talked about such trivial things as we learned new things about each other. In the middle, the conversation had stopped, and the two of us sat in silence, but... The silence was calm, and it wasn't so hard to breathe in the bathroom filled with steam.
さて、こんなものかな。
I gently patted Yasumi's head to indicate I was done. A sweet sigh escaped her lips, and...
もう少しいいですか？それは別に構わないけど。
It was rare for Yasumi to request something, so I continued washing her hair.
気持ちいいです。
Let's be honest, Yasumi. She just sucks at scrubbing your hair, doesn't she? Now, it really was about time, so I was going to open my mouth to tell Yasumi.
あれ？え？
She's really liking this head scrub. After what seemed like some gibberish, Yasumi's body started shaking. Like a pendulum returning to its original position at the next instant. Her body started slowly moving backwards and facing up. I had a bad feeling. She looked like she was about to fall. I was behind her so she wouldn't hit her head on the floor, but...
ちょっと、休み？
My chest acted like a pillow as it peered down on Yasumi from above her head. How long has she been enduring? It seemed the blood had completely rushed to her head. Yeah, maybe it's time to cut this bath short.
休み！
Jeez, why did this always happen when I was with her? Oh. Sorry, but I'm not in the mood for ghost stories right now, so we're gonna skip-daddle. Is that even a word?
進行状態のカーソルを合わせると章題が表示されるわよ。
You know what? I'm gonna check out that weird shadow this time.
ちょっと見てくる。
Perhaps we'll run into Kuro-san. Perhaps having heard the sound of my footsteps, Yasumi moved slightly, and the impression of a praying statue was no more. Yasumi might have heard the sound of my footsteps since she unfroze from her praying statue-like position and started to move.
ちょっと様子を見てくるわ。休みはここで待ってなさい。翔子先輩、危ないですよ。
I'm used to walking in dangerous situations. Damn the consequences. But I'm sure I'll be fine. The illumination of the flashlight held up in her flustered hand passed over me to light up the way ahead. Past the packed road where people walked, I stepped on what hadn't been touched by people in years, decades, maybe even centuries. I thought about the Tsubaki Mountain where outsiders weren't supposed to go. But first, it was Summer Tsubaki here, not Tsubaki. Finally, the surrounding Summer Tsubaki were in my way. When I stepped into a blind spot where the light of the flashlight didn't reach, I gripped a wooden sword, blessing the regular training that allowed me to read the presence from the howling of the wind. A heavy impact ran through the arm that held the wooden sword. What was that? It is a clawed hand. You really could use a manicure. What exactly was that? Kumochi had stopped a hand with a palm like a glove and long sharp claws the length of my finger. The arm, which greatly differed from normal humans, was like that of an evil spirit of the mountains and rivers. If I got hit straight on by something like that... A moment later, the brain recognized danger, sending chaotic orders to the heart to fill the body with the strength needed for escape. It felt as if my whole body was burning because of friction and the flow of blood, and cold sweat formed without me knowing. Was that a doll used to scare participants in the test of courage? You wish. The mind rejected the possibility of such a grotesque mockery of a human being, yet the monstrosity before me seemed alive. The ends of the mouth were lifted up and a row of teeth was revealed. From fangs as big as the claws, something like drool dripped. I reflexively closed my eyes, and in the next instant, a sharp sound like it was cutting the wind breezed past my head, causing the hair near my ears to stand up. A genuine shiver, different from mere carnal repugnance, ran down my back. I opened up my eyes and saw a little hole form. On the face of the large-mouthed Oni, I saw a hole that gradually expanded. I could see through the hole into the darkness beyond. And after not even a blink of the eye, the hole crumpled. The destruction spread to the whole body, and finally, the small Oni entirely shattered into little pieces. Who saved me? Was it you, Kuru-sama? You know, now that I'm thinking about it, if those Moryu weren't being controlled by Kuru-sama in order to get Migiwa and Shoko away from the Oni stepping stones, I wonder if maybe they were being controlled by Narumi. I mean, she does seem to have some dark spiritual presence about her now, probably as a result of that sword. So, I think it's possible. And disappeared, leaving not even dust behind.
消えた。翔子先輩、大丈夫ですか?
Yasumi's voice was closer than expected as she tread through the underbrush. The bright light that she held made me squint. The fan made light, which wasn't a weird thing at all, gave me a feeling almost like relief.
大丈夫。何かあったんですか?
Yasumi looked around. There was only the summer Tsubaki in the darkness of night. Nothing else.
何もなかった。
There was nothing there. Except at the very end. There she is. Something went past the shoulder of Yasumi, who was standing next to me. I felt as if I saw someone with a pale complexion. That also lasted only for a moment. Besides that instant, there was nothing much. Occasionally surprised by Momoko's traps, Yasumi and I went into the Sao forest. A slight wind was blowing. The branches of the Sao trees, where the flowers had fallen from, shook, and there was the rustling of leaves.
明日は天気荒れるかもね。山の天気は変わりやすいって言いますもんね。山って言うほどの山じゃないんだけど。もうじき海が荒れるって話ですけど、そうなってほしくないですね。
Looking up at the sky, I didn't see anything like a rain cloud at all. The wind was strong. That was it. The crowd of sal trees whispered anxiously in a great unrest.
本当に大丈夫よね。進行上、カーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
Okay, I'm getting close to this point on the flowchart. And from there, it looks like it's just gonna be all the same pathways again.
あ、先輩、見えました。え？
I wonder if it was worth such excitement, as Yasumi grabbed my hand and quickened her pace. Stepping on the white salflowers, we headed towards what she'd seen. I guess even among trees, there were different grades. The common tsubaki stood at a distance, making a wide circle around it. Though the area was open, the illumination provided by the moon should be greater than what we were holding in our hand. But, oh, okay, it was just all the same scene.
スキップよりも早いわよ。
Yep, we're definitely at this point again.
進行状態のカーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
Oh, so I guess I'm on a new path? I just skipped forward a few scenes and then just decided to have a brawl with Migiwa instead of just declining a request, and well, here we are. Okay, let's see what this is about.
私も水着は持ってないから。あれ？水着持ってませんか？
Oh yeah. We never got a chance to buy swimsuits, maybe that's why.
剣道部の合宿だもの。
まったくもう、長先輩ってばストイックなんですから。
頭固くて悪かったわね。
I'd think we'd bring our protectors before a swimsuit. I guess my thinking was a little stiff or something. Everyone else was fine with not bringing protectors to our training camp by the beach and seemed to have brought swimsuits. If I was like this, I wondered how Natsu-ni-san, who was even more inflexible than me, got through her school years. I can only imagine.
じゃあ海水浴は明日に延期ということで、今日はみんなで街に行きましょう。
I imagine if she didn't have her own version of Momoko around, she wasn't exactly fun at parties and social events that didn't involve kendo. I could be wrong, though. To buy me a swimsuit, she meant. Well, since the faraway trip, I'd brought extra money, so I had enough to buy a swimsuit, but...
先生の車、そんなに人数入らないわよ。
The car that Sensei rented wasn't that big and could fit at most 5 people. If we had too many people, we'd be pulled over.
道路は微妙に手狭でしたし、こちらもボロくて錆びれてますけど、お寺ですからバスの順路に入ってると思うのです。
I didn't remember there was a bus stop in front of the temple gate.
うちの田舎と同レベルですから、1時間に1本あるかないかでしょうけど。
So that's how things turned out. I guess fate won't allow us to skip the swimsuit. Yep, this be a bus.
というわけで、町まで出てきたわけですが。
This is the largest shopping mall in Osaka. Though compared to where we came from, it did feel a bit rural.
いやー、通りすがりの人がじろじろ眺めていきますね。
The streets were really sparse, and around 10 out of 10 people looked our way. It's true that we were a group of outsiders, but...
やっぱりナミが目立つからじゃないですか?
No, I think it's you that stands out, Momoko. Oh, okay, so, okay! If you bring Nami along, then yeah, I can understand that. Nami was holding hands with Yasumi, and was wearing the luxurious kimono that the monk had made by hand. Nami by herself already stood out. So along with those clothes, it was impossible for people's gazes not to stop on her.
もしかしたらナミーの親兄弟が名乗り出てくるかもしれない。結果往来一石二鳥。さすが私、用意周到。
I imagine that unless they also have the same condition, shall we say, as Nami here, I imagine all her relatives are long dead.
結果往来って言葉と矛盾してるわよ。
I mean, I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade here, but who am I kidding? I just ended up doing that anyway. Ignore me! I butted in when Momoko was puffing out her thin chest. Momoko turned towards the right.
さて、ナミーの服でも買いに行きますか。
Though she didn't even know if there was a clothes shop there, she walked in front to lead the way.
確かに楽な服とかもあった方がいいと思うんだけど、この辺で普通に手に入って、しかも私たちの予算でどうにかなる服だと絶対に見劣りするわよね。同感です。
She wanted to try cute clothes on Nami, but there wasn't anything cuter than the monk's kimono, which caused Aoi Shiro to sigh.
ナミがもうちょっと自己主張してくれれば、その辺判断つきやすいんだけど。
In the end, it would be a pain to undress her to try on clothes, and Nami didn't show any interest, so we didn't buy anything. Wasted trip! But still, though we were just window shopping, it still did pass the time.
次はどうする？
私はそろそろ腹ごしらえと参りたいのですが。
Well, there is plenty of protein walking around this mall, Momoko.
夕食は和尚のごちそうよ。
それはそれでもちろんいただきますよ。
She said that with a completely straight face.
私は今食べると入らなくなりそうなので。
Aoi Shiro being Aoi Shiro, I thought she wouldn't have a large appetite.
でも休憩ぐらいはしてもいいですね。
So,
いらっしゃいませ。ご注文はお決まりでしょうか。
look at the flowchart again.
進行上カーソルを合わせると商題が表示されるわよ。
Yep, we're just going right past all this stuff. As you can see, this is a common fast food restaurant found in many places. Haku Burger. It was a national fast food chain with a familiar commercial song. Of course it's in my town, it might be in your town too. That still sounds a bit creepy to me.
相変わらずの肉天国ですよね。ももちゃん、大きい声出すと恥ずかしいから。こんなお店が世界各国全国各地にあるなんて素晴らしいです。ほら。
Oh no, I haven't seen this restaurant in my town. Momoko wiped her mouth. Yasumi's words didn't seem to stop her, so I lightly tapped her in admonishment.
私たち以外にお客さんいないからって迷惑になるような声出さないの。
私としたことがつい。
まったく。それにお肉なら夕べたっぷり食べたじゃない。
Of course she wasn't able to eat her fill, otherwise she wouldn't be so excited about it. Use your common sense, Shioko. Momoko is a meat animal.
朝ごはんのお味噌汁も
A
周り
carnivore.
のお肉がたっぷり入って豚汁風味でしたよね。
そう、そこです姫先輩。
Aoi Shiro looked bewildered as to what she meant.
夕べと今朝に食べたのは豚肉だったのです。カレーにはポークと声を大にして力説したい私ですが、別に豚肉大好きっ子というわけではなく、牛肉だって好きなのですよ。
What about chicken?
はあ。それにですね、それで肉分を使い果たしたのか、お昼はあっさりめに中華粥だったじゃないですか。そしてこの場はハッキービーフ。牛肉以外 外のメニューもあるけど、やっぱりメインは牛なのです。
Even the workers laughed.
大変失礼いたしました。
No, no, it's okay. Momoko's pretty good at getting people to laugh at her. There's no mistake that after this, the staff would be talking about the weird guests that came. I think you need to be a bit more specific, because since this is fast food, lots of weird guests always come in throughout the day. There was a saying about not feeling shame while on a trip, but you shouldn't go out of your way to do things like that.
お客様、美味しい牛をお求めでしたら、地方特産の和牛を贅沢に使用した数量限定のステーキバーガー、浦島バーガーはいかがでしょうか。
浦島バーガー。
I'm going to say yes, she would like that.
グレートです、お姉さん。そいつを一つお願いしましょう。
No room for doubt now.
ご一緒にフィッシュ&チップスもいかがでしょうか。バーガー、ドリンクとのバリューセットにしますと大変お得になっております。
Fish and chips? That's a bit of a weird combination to me.
しかもちょっとのお値段追加で地元で採れた新鮮素材を使用した限定フィッシュ&チップスに変更可能でございますが。
Limited edition fish and chips found only in this area. Like what? Are they all made from local ingredients or something? Oh wait. Oh wait, I think a lot of them are. That's right.
さすが人口密度にあぐらをかいて本部と流通におんぶに抱っこの都会のボンクラ支店にはまだまだ負けてられないのですよ。
I hope this won't cut into your wallets too much.
うちの田舎の支店にも見習わせたい魂です。
In the end, Momoko ordered what was recommended to her and gobbled everything down. See? Carnivore. I wonder if she'll be able to eat what the monk cooks for dinner. Oh, I'm sure she will. She may be tiny, but she's got a high metabolism.
進行上カーソルを合わせると商題が表示されるわよ。
So we pretty much just skipped all this stuff. Methinks I will just keep on going until I either get to a new scene further down the flowchart, or if I don't do that, I'll just go back to an earlier choice.
あれ、
Oh,
右輪は
this is new.
この後は若い方に任せてってどっかに来ました。時間が時間なので肝試しはバスだそうです。
へえ。
That's right. She also disappeared yesterday before a test of courage. I guess that was fun. Miya wasn't one of our team members, and she could do as she pleased. We were a group, so we had to coordinate and do things together. That's why you can't stay up in the middle of the night. You won't be able to get up in the morning, defeating group work. I said that, but I was the one staying up all night in place of Momoko, who had fallen to Morpheus. Okay, I guess we're not gonna have the option to go follow Miya then. And here we are at this wrong end, so I guess we're going back. I don't agree.
じゃあ帰ってからゆっくり休みましょう。
If we're going to rest, it'd be better to lie down and stretch down on the wide tatami mats back at Shoshinji. She was feeling bad this morning. Maybe her body wasn't doing so well. If that's the case, it's even more important to return before anything happens.
はい。
じゃあご褒美にお茶受け買ってあげる。そこで売ってる水羊羹とかでいい？
はい。
何？あんまり好きじゃなかった？アイスとかケーキとかシュークリームの方が良かったかしら？
別にそういうことでは。水羊羹も嫌いじゃないですし。
じゃあそれでいいわね。私は抹茶かな。
After that, we caught a taxi. We let out a sigh as we were relieved of our heavy luggage and sank into our seats. If we were taking the bus and it wasn't empty, then we'd have to pay attention to our luggage, so even though a taxi was expensive, I think it was the better option.
進行状態。カーソルを合わせると昇進寺までお願いします。
若いお嬢さんが昇進寺とは珍しいですね。
部活の合宿で使わせてもらってるんです。
なかなか渋い趣味ですね。
Right now, there weren't many patrons. It was a poor temple. But as expected, it was one with history and tradition and was still praised. We didn't need to give detailed directions, and a taxi started to go back in the opposite direction. Well, even if I was asked to give directions, I didn't know the area, so it'd be a little difficult. Maybe Yasumi had even prepared to that degree of detail. During that time, the taxi had passed by the main street and was going along the road by the sea. We could finally see the shadow of Urashima on the sea. The scenery looked familiar. We might have gone running on that beach in the morning.
昇進寺までもうすぐだけど、休み、ずっと海の方を見てどうしたの？
あ、少し気分が。
It wasn't just a little. The evidence was the color of her face. She had already been feeling bad in the morning, though her complexion was even worse when compared with the morning. In other words, she was feeling even more worse now.
大丈夫ですか？少し路肩に止めましょうか？
Are you okay? Do you want to rest? Oh. The driver looked at us from the rearview mirror. Even he was worried.
いえ、このまま先を急いでください。早くお寺で休ませたいんで。
A person who could go around 10 kilometers per hour would reach the place in 20 or 30 minutes, so it should only take minutes by car. But even still, if we could have gone back to Shoshinji just a little faster, before Yasumi got worse. I thought of that, but I should also think of the opposite situation. If we had been taking our time there, and Yasumi had gotten worse in the middle of the outing, that might have been an emergency situation. And then, I saw the stairs to Shoshinji. I lent a shoulder to Yasumi, supporting her, as we climbed up the long stairs. It was only after I opened the main door that I realized if I had called someone, it might have relieved some of the burden on Yasumi and I. Jeez, that wasn't a good omen. Though I knew if I had just left things fall as they may, it wouldn't turn out well. I was in a rush and wasn't thinking. No, it wasn't that I wasn't thinking. It was that I wasn't thinking clearly.
翔子さん、お帰りなさい。
Soon after I entered the temple, I met Aoi Shiro. It looked like she was heading
悪いんだ
out.
けど、何人かで下まで行って荷物取ってきてく。
This all looks the same. Oh. Guess this is new. First I was going to leave them on the stairs under the blazing sun, but the kind driver let us leave them in the air-conditioned car. He said he'd bring them up for us, but I guess we couldn't be that dependent on him. Okay, there
休
we
みちゃん
go.
はとりあえずこの子が寝ていた。
進行。カーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
Okay, we're right here, so... Gotta work my way back again. I don't remember what I chose last time. I want to say it's the limited Urashima burger. Let's go with commonplace liver burger.
レバーバーガーでも食べる？
The liver burger does not
進
sound
行状態
appetizing
の
to
把
me.
握は大。カーソルを合
But
わ
I
せ
mean,
る
hey,
と章台。
at least I got something different.
いえ、お昼はちゃんと食べましたし。
It's true she ate, but lunch had a high proportion of water in the food, so I didn't think it would last long.
私はハンバーガーの一つくらいなら余裕で入るんだけど。
I didn't have to eat it, and I could hold off, but I didn't think eating one would get in the way of dinner. This was a local haku chain, so it might seem a little weird to be eating at an unknown place. But since we were here...
やっぱり休み、食が細いわね。
そうですか？
まあね。
She didn't eat a lot at lunch, and I wondered if what could be considered the main dish, onigiri, wasn't stolen by Momoko. She didn't exercise outside of stretching, but it seemed her body still maintained itself normally. Maybe I myself should also exercise more. Yushiel's holding back for her own sake.
それにしてもなんでレバーバーガーなんですか？
レバー嫌い？
嫌いというわけじゃないですけど。
今朝も体調悪くしてたし、お約束だけどレバーは貧血に効くって言うじゃない。あれ。
She quickly looked away from me and puffed out her cheeks.
翔子先輩、覚えてないんだ。
I also never seen you wear this facial expression. It's kinda cute.
え？私のは低血圧が原因で貧血じゃないって言ったと思います。ああ。
That's right. When we were stretching.
貧血は血液中のヘモグロビンが不足するのが原因ですから。
We did talk about something like that. We are at swimsuits once again. Let me look at the flowchart.
カーソルを合わせると章題が表示されるわよ。
Got another choice.
スキップよりも進行上カーソルを合わせると章題が表示されるわよ。
White mark says I'm right here, this scene, and yet...
進行上カーソルを合わせると章題が表示されるわよ。
Now, what did I choose for you last time? I think it was a refreshing blue A-line one piece that I chose for you, if memory serves. So... let's go with orange polka dot bikini.
この水着かなり肌で。
進行上カーソルを合わせると
Okay, good. Different one.
ビキニな上にストラップないからね。
I guess it's because the colorful orange polka dots were cute, but as Yasumi said, the design was revealing.
確かにちょっと露出度高いかな。
In this world, there existed swimsuits that were revealing beyond belief. But this wasn't one of those. It could still be considered a swimsuit.
肩紐ないと動いたら外れちゃいそうで落ち着かないです。
I know, man. I've seen my fair share of swimsuits that give me nightmares even to this day without revealing they are. Like, you have to have no shame at all to wear some of the stuff I've seen. It might be a little too daring for Yasumi to suddenly wear a swimsuit that is not ordinary, but more suitable for an adult. Excluding her personality from consideration, her slim figure showed off the proper places and the soft curve of Yasumi's body.
似合うんだけどね。
そんなこういう水着は翔子先輩が着てくださいよ。先輩スタイルいいんですから。
Grief. I sighed.
私の水着はもう選んだでしょ。
Though she said I had good style, I think the swimsuit might be awkward for a normal high school student who wasn't a model to wear.
休みがあっちの水着がいいって言うなら交換してあげてもいいけどね。
それはその。
At least I had a swimsuit with straps, so if the size fit, then it wouldn't be a problem to move around. I think this swimsuit was more revealing and cute, but it was one that I would never pick out of my own accord. It seems Yasumi didn't feel like exchanging swimsuits. Well, I'll just consider that asking to exchange swimsuits had never happened.
私にはそういう可愛い系あんまり似合わないんじゃないかな。
For girly girls like Yasumi, wearing cute stuff like polka dots, flower patterns, pink and frills might make them feel as if they're newly born. And then she somehow gets a wholly different swimsuit. Okay.
進行
Let me
上
look at the flowchart.
カーソルを合わせると章題が表示されるわよ。
We're at this point.
ところでザワッチ、オサ先輩、ちょっと聞いてくださいよ。
Oh, this is new.
ナミってばすごいですよ。やっぱり生死の狭間を漂って生還した子は一味違います。ナミちゃんがどうしたの？向こうの方で遊んでいたらですね、姫先輩が怪我しちゃったんですよ。
綾代が？
ご安心ください。我らが姫の玉の肌には今では傷一つ残っておりませんから。
どういうこと？
ここにこう傷があったとするじゃないですか。
She had picked up fresh seaweed from somewhere and placed it on her arm as a fake injury to demonstrate what it was like.
そこにナミがこうやってそっと手を当てるとですね。
She completely covered the fake injury with the palm of her hand.
話した時にはあれ不思議、傷は煙も立てずに消えた。
Yep, she must be working her magic. I felt like I was talking to someone who was good at deception.
あれがいわゆる心霊治療っていうやつですかね。ナミは少し変だというか、かなり浮世離れしてますから、これぐらいの特技がないと将来食べるのに困るかもしれないですからね。
Let's now try the limited Urashima burger.
これっていかにも地方メニューって感じの名前よね。
Limited edition Urashima burger. This seemed to be a limited edition menu that was filled with Urashima's Japanese beef. Among devoted fans of Haku, there were ones who would even come all the way here, faster than we did, just to eat the Urashima burger. Though I guess they wouldn't be a repeat customer. But still, for a national chain to also have a local menu and not be neglectful of anything was impressive. A limited edition Hokkien beef burger, using the local specialty, Japanese beef. I held it slightly in contempt. The price was okay, and about the most important thing, the
な
taste.
かなか美味しいじゃないの。
Alright, so I guess all we have left now is the frilly flower
業務時
bikini,
点進行カーソルを合わせる。
yeah? So, here we go.
胸元のフリルとか甘すぎない程度に可愛くていいんじゃない？
Picked up the swimsuit with its prominent frills, pink base, and flower design. I was a little worried it might be too girly, though. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't this the swimsuit she wears anyway? But in reality, that part really suited Yasumi. It didn't look too sickeningly sweet. Perhaps that was because it had cute frills, but the cut in the chest area was very bold.
いいんじゃない？
I nodded and received a bashful smile in return.
サイズもぴったりですし、私もいいと思います。でもお尻のあたりとかちょっと恥ずかしいですね。
With an abashed smile, she used both her hands to cover the problem area, the butt, at the boundary between the cloth and the skin.
そうね。
The waist was rather low, and there was plenty of material at the butt. It wasn't as revealing as Yasumi made it out to be. On the other hand, the design on the side drew the eye and allowed the legs to look long. No, Compared to the one I was made to buy, this one had a more adult feel to it, I think.
普通のデザインだと思うけど。
I took 2 or 3 steps backwards so I could get a full body view of Yasumi. Being scrutinized by me, she looked embarrassed and fidgeted.
上に比べると下はシンプルすぎるかな。
Her hair was long and wavy, so along with frills on the chest, the top half might have too much volume.
ボトムの方にもフリルとかトップみたいな飾りがついていたらいいんだけど。
じゃあそういうのを探してみますね。
Yasumi looked just a little dejected.
あ、ちょっと待って。
There was someone like that, and the bomb part that Yasumi was concerned about would also be solved, I think.
あった。やすみ、あれなんて色とか合うんじゃない？
And here we are yet again.
よ、進行上。 カーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
I think I've pretty much exhausted all of my options here, so I think now it's time to go back to the beginning again. Migiwa? Since she was here, I decided to try and invite Migiwa.
右はあなたも混ざる？
私？
暇そうに見てるじゃない。
If she had enough free time to watch, it'd be more enjoyable to swing a bamboo sword around, I think. We were people who had shared a meal and were staying under the same roof. Well, I did acknowledge that she was hard to deal with. Only because you allow her to be. We didn't have our protectors, so we didn't have matches. Even a newbie or someone not suited to kendo could imitate our movements. Newbies to kendo often practice in sweats, so I didn't think there was a problem. She just wears casual clothes to practice.
普通の女子高生の練習がどんなものかちょっとだけ興味あってね。冷やかしよ、冷やかし。
へえ。
Well, I didn't mind that it had been a joke, but like how Migiwa was interested in us, I was also interested in Migiwa. She was feigning innocence, but she said ordinary high school students, so perhaps she herself was not ordinary. Astute observation. I didn't have as keen an eyesight as my grandpa, but I could tell from Migiwa's frame and muscles that she had trained a lot. Migiwa crossed her arms, pondering whether or not to accept my invitation.
まあいっか。
Saying that, she came from under the shade of the tree and into the sun as she stretched. In contrast to her reluctance to join, she had a merry smile and seemed like she was rather into this. Seeing that, I didn't know whether it was because Migiwa or a fault in my character, and even though I was the one that invited her,
温泉療養中じゃなかった？
I somehow wanted to rain on her parade. But Migiwa just let my snide comment blow past her. Since she was late in joining, she went back to her simplified stretching.
そろそろ相手が来るかもだし、リハビリがてらに慣らしとかないとね。
相手？
Since she was hinting that it was someone other than one of us, I was curious. Who was this opponent she was talking about? I thought she'd been using it as an excuse. But was it the person who gave her the injury that she needed a hot spring cure for?
果たし合いでもするんですか？果たし合い。
It's true that might be the case for someone not an ordinary high school student who need to recover from such an injury, but... Migiwa laughed as if she found that an amusing joke.
そこからもう一歩ほど踏み込んだところかな。
Her eyes narrowed as she smiled. Only the color of her eyes remained hard and cold. She continued stretching in a way that was different from us, and her body should still not be loose, but... With some 10 minutes of warm-up, Migiwa's body seemed to be supple already. Since I had helped people directly stretch before, I knew that if you didn't train your muscles, they'd be flaccid. I felt that it looked like how a cat stretched.
さて
Miura borrowed a practice bamboo sword, holding it in her right hand. She sliced the air, making a nice whooshing noise. It wasn't a swing like you'd seen kendo, but it was too sharp of a swing for someone who knew nothing. She held one in her right hand, and also one in her left. Two-handed. After confirming the length and balance of the weapons in her hand, she started cutting the air, making nice sounds. I see. That really didn't seem ordinary. Even Momoko, who had a well-conditioned body, had let the bamboo sword fly from her hand at the beginning.
竹刀を握った経験は
竹刀はそれほどないかな。
If she said not much, then that meant she had to use the bamboo sword a little, or something of a similar type.
何か教えることある？
お気遣いは無用に願おう。
She suddenly opened the palm of her hand and then left the area where we were standing so she wouldn't get in the way.
この手の類は手取り足取り今節丁寧に教わるものじゃなくて見て盗むものでしょ。
まあ、そうね。
A visual learner, huh? I can relate.
適当にチラ見してから真似するわ。
I see. Migo had definitely learned some sort of martial arts, and I didn't need to treat her as a novice. I held the bamboo sword in an upper stance and put strength into my careful, fast, practice strikes.
気合入ってるわね。
Of course. Though she said she just wanted to glance and had a flippant attitude, I knew that she was carefully watching my every move. More than a cat, her unblinking eyes resembled a snake as she stared at my movements. If I did poorly here, then it's guaranteed that I'll be awkward afterwards, so even if I didn't want to, I put spirit into my blows. After watching our practice for a while, Migo had joined us again. If she could learn just by watching, then you could say that Migwa really did have a lot of talent. Her swings, which had started softly, changed, and the way she held her sword also looked like proper kendo form. As expected, the movement of the feet couldn't be learned in one day, and it looked similar, yet different than kendo. It wasn't like how a novice fails to copy the proper movements, but more like the foundation of her movements was different. That style of walking was mysterious and didn't make a sound.
日舞の動きに少し似ているかもしれませんね。
It might resemble the movements of Japanese dancing a little. Aoi Shiro made that statement about Migo's movements, which both resembled and differed from Japanese dance. Aoi Shiro's eyes were definitely those of a cultured lady, and her mother was also from a famous lineage of Japanese dancers. Aoi Shiro had also learned Japanese dance ever since she was little, which is why her practice swings were each so beautiful and enchanting.
右輪さん、すごいです。
To be praised by Aoi Shiro, Migo's movements were also beautiful. Her back was ramrod straight, and there was no wavering in her blows. At times, it looked a little strange, but balanced. She weaved around with her eyes closed. It looked like flowing water, or waves, and was truly like the movement of the water's edge. Perhaps Migo's movements, like a martial arts performance, drew the eyes of the team since applause broke out once she stopped. Yasumi tossed her a towel that she'd prepared.
お、
経験者じゃないって本当？
ほんとマジだって。嘘は平気でついたりするから信じてもらう必要ないけど。
まったく信じないとか言ってないでしょ。
まあね、とりあえず私が剣道経験者じゃないっていうのは嘘じゃないわよ。
She grinned and closed one eye.
剣道はね。なるほど。
As I thought, she knew a different martial art, or something similar that allowed her to move like that. And she was surely strong. I didn't want to lose to her. Those were my thoughts. Up.
進行上カーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
Is there enough fragment on the flowchart I could go through here? Okay, you know what? Why don't I just skip a little bit because I don't think the next choice is that far off.
よ、進行上カーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
Okay, everything past this point, I'm pretty much done. So I think maybe now it's time that I go see last night's girl.
私はこっちに残ることにするから。
I decided that someone should stay with the girl I continued to sleep since last night.
桃子、買い物手伝ってあげて。
私ですか？
Yes, you. Whether you could call Momoko Yasumi's guardian or not, basically they were always together, so this reaction was unexpected.
私はちょっと今晩を控えてやっておきたいことがあるんですけど。
What was she planning to do? I'm sure she was up to some mischief. She should just quietly listen to the captain's orders.
じゃあ私が一緒でいいですか？
An unexpected candidate spoke up.
綾代先輩、いいんですか？いいも悪いも私たちの食事の材料じゃないですか。
Aoi Shiro gave a little smile.
今夜のメニューに関しては私の意向を優遇してもらいます。
なるほど。買い物行く人にはそういうメリットもあるわけだ。桃子、また精進料理だったとしても泣かないことね。綾代はどちらかといえば肉より野菜派だから。
She's gonna cry no matter how many times you tell her not to. When the carnivore wants to cry, it will cry. Surely the sun will rise.
そういえば前にハックに行った時も姫先輩が頼んだメニューはそんなザワッチを信じてますよ。
他に買い物を頼みたい人はリストに書いておいてね。
お山での修行時代を思い出すわい。
At rare times when you can't leave the mountain, you would give a list of things for someone else to buy for you. There was plenty of free time in the afternoon, and we had no restrictions on where to go, so you could choose to go shopping in town, but miscellaneous goods, water, and the most popular items, snacks, were added to the list. Our team members seemed to prefer the abundant nature around Shoshinji to Unasaka's shopping district, which was surely less bustling than at home. The people going to town were Yasumi, Aoi Shiro, Sensei, and even for car, maybe it was better to have someone else go along. After the meal was done, Yasumi finished preparations for going out and went in Aoi Sensei's rental car to downtown Unasaka. Momoko seemed to be going somewhere to secure supplies or something since she took a trowel and a large bag and headed to the mountains. And I, who remained at the temple, headed to the Japanese-style room where she was sleeping, going as I was, empty-handed. From the gap in the half-open paper screen, the wind and broad daylight entered. The white face of the girl, who continued to sleep soundly, was like a fine doll's. Light passed through the thin, wavy hair that was spread out on the pillow. Even now, it reminded me of how much she slept on the beach. But still, now that she was lying on a futon, on top of tatami, which I was used to seeing, she looked like a normal girl. Because her eyes were closed and she was sleeping, her face didn't have much expression. Maybe when she woke up, she'd give a genki, innocent smile appropriate for her age. Somewhere in me, my heart tugged and bubbles floated up. The bubbles that hid inside my mind brought up the image I saw last night.
この子
Besides the red of the Tsubaki, in the hazy dream that I saw, was the energetic girl with a smile who was walking in front of me.
似てるかしら
I said that without thinking, and it jolted my heart. Trembling, trembling. My heart was trembling. It shook, and the scene that I saw in my dream was shaking. It's easy for people's memories to become distorted. But besides the red of the Tsubaki, no matter how colorless and hazy, this was a little too conspicuous. Hey, the figure's changing. Normally at times like this, the person viewing this wouldn't be conscious of what had changed. Despite that, I somehow recognized what had changed. The eyes and the nose and the style of hair hadn't changed, but the impression I got from her behavior. The Genki girl that was running was somehow superimposed with the pure white face of the sleeping girl. What are you doing to her memories? Her lively behavior wasn't suited for her long hair, but more suitable for a graceful and calm princess. Exactly what was that? Was yesterday's meeting somehow faded? Because that dream that once again put itself together might be a past memory, and the girl was still as she was. I couldn't remember, but 8 years ago, I came here. I might have become friends with someone and played together. Since the girl had not a scratch on her, it was natural to think that she drifted from somewhere close by instead of far away. But there was a hole in my theory.
夢の中の女の子は私と同じぐらいの年だったけど
Our age difference might be 1 or 2 years, but it wasn't as big as the gap between me and this girl. Even if I gave a high estimate, the white sleeping girl didn't look older than 12. Everyone grows at a different pace, but her body gave that impression too. As if to confirm whether what I saw in front of my eyes was real, I reached out my arm and touched her cheek. The smooth curve reminded me of fine porcelain, but the faint feeling of soft hairs indicated this was indeed a living human.
体温は低めかしら
Animals that hibernate in the winter lower their body temp and metabolism. Maybe the sleeping girl was doing something similar. I rubbed her cheek. The fine feel of her cheek clung to my fingers and felt good. My fingers, which moved up from her chin, lightly grazed her lips. It had a different elasticity from her cheek, and as my fingers felt her sigh, without thinking, I pulled my hand back.
眠り少し浅くなったのかしら
She didn't wake up, and continued sleeping. I continued staring at her, but she continued sleeping as if nothing happened.
もう昼過ぎよいい加減起きなさい
That's why I reached out my hand towards the girl's cheek as if nothing had happened.
オサ先輩、何やってるんですか？
Being a nuisance to the sleeping girl. What are you doing? Suddenly hearing a voice, I gave a start and pulled my hand back.
別に。
そうですか？気持ちはわかりますけど、いたずらとかしちゃダメですよ。
言われなくても分かってるわよ。
Momoko crossed over the threshold and peered at the sleeping girl's face.
こういうの見てると、ほっぺたムニムニ触ったり、鼻とかつまんだりしたくなりますよね。
Pinching her cheeks could be okay, but holding her nose closed, that's just mean.
普段もですね、ザワッチに
That's where I
込んで
draw
た
the
りする
line.
と、誘惑オーラがムラムラと。
まったく。
Momoko sat down on the opposite end of the futon. As if she couldn't resist, she stretched a finger towards the girl's cheek. You know, if you constantly bother Yasumi while she's sleeping, maybe you're part of the reason that ghost shows up, because she can't get proper sleep, and therefore why can't I remember that damn thing's name? Whatever, the ghost figure shows up. Maybe that's part of the reason why the ghost figure shows up, because of lack of proper sleep is giving her less energy. Momoko, you are partly to blame for Aoi Shiro becoming Yasumi's lunch.
うわー、この感触は大福というかなんというか。
Her unreserved poking might have even acted like an alarm bell in the girl's dream since she groaned. In reply, Momoko said,
うわー、生きてる生きてる。
Well, yeah, I would hope so. I would hope that we wouldn't just keep a corpse here in this room. The girl's response was even stronger than when I had touched her. For some reason, I felt annoyed. Give me a stronger reaction! Plant's fist in face. And I don't mean punch, I mean just plant, like press a fist. It was similar to the feeling you get when you're almost finished with a jigsaw puzzle and someone comes and adds a piece. But there must be something wrong with me since I was comparing a person to a toy like that.
ところでオサ先輩、
何？
先輩の荷物の中に水着とかは入ってます？
入ってないけど。
なんですって？
It really was just a side question, so I answered directly, though Momoko looked very surprised and screamed in a loud voice.
何よ。
She didn't have to be that surprised. The reaction was as if I did some terrible thing. I was somewhat annoyed. I sharpened my gaze and lightly glared at her.
まさかそんなありえません。
Could you not be loud? There is a sleeping girl in this room. Momoko held her shaking hands in front of her, fixating on them. She didn't even notice my glare. Glare harder!
海に行くのに、海に来たのに、水着を持っていないだなんて。
海って言っても剣道部の合宿。
My words probably didn't reach her ears either. Yell louder! Momoko was cut off in her own world as she took out her cell, picked a recipient and dialed, waiting for the person to pick up. You're gonna have Yasumi buy me a swimsuit, aren't you?
ちょっとざわっち聞きました？何を？
How could she hear this? She is all the way on the other side of the island. I think. Ignoring common courtesy as soon as the call was connected, it even made Yasumi hesitate from what I could hear. Of course she couldn't have heard what I'd said. But this seemed to be the usual pace for the two, as Momoko didn't pause and rattled on to Yasumi.
オサ先輩ってば海なのに水着の一着も持ってきてないんだって。呆れるよね。常識ないよね。ももちゃんごめんね。なん でザワッチ謝るの？いくらマネだからってそこまで面倒見る必要はないんじゃない？
じゃなくて、私も常識なくて。
Incoming yelling in 3, 2. Yasumi said that in a quiet, apologetic voice, causing the constantly moving Momoko to freeze the movement of her mouth. 1.5.
なんですと？
私も水着持ってきてないんだけど。
1.
なんですと？
Wait, did I just count backwards? The moment's pause was for an explosion in the next instant. Jeez. Momoko really was making a fuss about having or not having a swimsuit. Comparing Yasumi and Momoko, 99 people out of 100, excluding Momoko's buddies, would say that Yasumi had more common sense. But the conversation between the two didn't seem to consider such objective observations.
深く。秋田桃子一生の深く。
And what's that mistake? That you chose to befriend Yasumi?
私の常識がルームメイトのザワチに以心伝心してなかっただなんて。
Well, I don't think that's necessarily a mistake. It's just your common sense isn't really contagious. Or all that common.
ももちゃん？
Uh-oh, she fell. But it seems she received some damage, so she can finally calm down.
とりあえずザワチ？
I think it was just a flesh wound.
ザワチには水着調達の任を命ずる副将。
Yep, I knew it.
水着を買っていけばいいの？
ザワッチの分はもちろんオサ先輩の分もね。先輩のはザワッチの好みですんごいやつとか。
It seems she didn't calm down. Jeez, why was she saying whatever she liked? Because she doesn't care. It would have been better if she were just concerned about Yasumi.
さっき。
殺す気なんて全然ないわよ。
I gave a gentle smile. Momoko, I think you should just probably leave. Uh-oh. The muscles on my face were hardening. I couldn't help it, so I looked down. The shadows of my bangs covered my expression. I think that's just gonna make it worse. You're just gonna give her a Kubrick stare.
ただ元気が有り余ってるみたいだから、今から剣道部の合宿らしく稽古をつけてあげようかしらって。
So your voice is also hardening too. Okay. I guess it's not just facial muscles.
いえいえ、それは遠慮しておきますです。ももちゃんどうしたの？
Yeah, Momoko broke me. That's what's wrong.
本部よりの指令はオーバー。追伸、肉忘れるべからず、肉忘れるべからずっと。
Momoko ended her call of Yasumi and ran off as quickly as she could. At least you have some actual sense in that brain of yours, Momoko. I can chase you!
進行状態のカーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
I'm right here, I think. Yeah, I'm on a totally new section on the flowchart, that's for sure.
設定を変更する？
You know what? I'm gonna go chase a carnivore. It's time for the hunter to become the hunted. It's said that the speed of a person's thoughts is intrinsically outrageously fast. A shogi expert, for example, even when he hasn't thought for a long time, has already read dozens or hundreds of moves ahead. And the flashback of one's life seen when on the verge of death shows the brain's large capacity for information. My thinking was also well sharpened at this instant. Under the guidance of the former captain, who did as she liked, the newcomer Momoko hadn't been censured at all, and had been let be. For our benefit, though. I mean, seriously, would this club even be anywhere near as lively if not for Momoko? Have a heart, Shoko. Now that I'm in command, I'd like to return to the structure of the team. The structure of the team is something more normal for a sports team. You mean more boring? For example, in a normal sports team, it's as expected that a promising rookie would be thoroughly trained by a senpai. Though Momoko had no kendo experience, she had great potential, and her athletic ability allowed her to compete with the regulars. You know, the senpais can also occasionally learn something from the students. Just saying. If she trained intensively for a year, she might even surpass me, who trained since a child and could even compete nationally. With such shunning raw material, even if I had to be a demon at heart, I'd polish it. I also believed it was in her own best interests. Since she joined the team to follow Yasumi, it might be none of my business. But before Momoko, who was so proud of her athletic ability, disappeared, I made a decision and got up from the tatami mat.
Momoko! 待ちなさい!
おじひよ、ご勘弁を。私にはこれからやることあるんですよ。
Though there was such a ruckus, the girl continued to sleep soundly. Momoko and I left the room and headed out. Like a spring that never runs dry, the sweat gushed out non-stop. The feel of the salty wind against my skin felt good. I breathed roughly without stopping, sucking air into my lungs like bellows, feeling them heat the cool summer air. My heart beat as fast as an alarm clock, pumping into my legs like they were the handles of the bellows. Momoko and I were both reaching the limits of our stamina. Dear God, you ran all the way to town. As far as I can recall, I had very little experiences where my breathing couldn't keep up with someone else, and I stopped first. I couldn't win against regulars in swimming, where form determines speed, but I've taken first place in long-distance runs before. As for kendo, where you want to jump in and score with the first strike, the winner is often determined by breathing capacity. Rather than the ideal rook, maybe it was like the flip side of that shogi piece, the Golden General. While I was thinking about that, my breathing quickly returned to normal. Momoko and I were on a road that ran between the blue ocean and the blue sky. I know! I'm impressed! I didn't really recognize the scenery. I hope you two can find your way back. At some point, we'd gone past the road that should have been next to the beach. Past the fence, the Onosaka Sea stretched out. Seems we'd come even farther than we ran in the morning. On the outward journey, I had to concentrate on chasing Momoko. Now, tired, thinking about the long return trip made me fed up. It was like the children's song, "Going is great, coming back is scary." It was about going nowhere in particular and saying, "You're tired," and then saying "scary." Something like that. And decide. Lower body training is good for you. Really? Jeez.
やっぱりダラダラやらせるのは惜しいわ。みっちりしごけば来年には全国を狙える器よ。
私はザワッチの付き合いで入った部活ですから、面白おかしくできればいいです。そういう意味では先代部長の政権下は天国でした。
ストイックな先々代に敬服してた私としては、アスナ先輩は真面目にやらなさすぎるんだけど。
つまり覚醒遺伝的な伝統ってことですか？
なるほど。
Perhaps Momoko noticed an improper air around me because I nodded. Because as I nodded, she shrunk back.
何ですか？
Being able to get at the idea was also one of Momoko's good points.
それは次の部長は桃子が継ぐという宣言とみなしていいのかしら？今の1年生で好き放題にやりそうな子ってあなたぐらいしか心当たりないもの。
それは謎のスーパー転校生が現れて知力財力時の運に任せて突然仕切り始めたりとか、誰かの性格が急に変わってしまったりとか。
あなたの方針を支持するかどうかはともかく、ちゃんと部長として恥ずかしくない程度の腕に仕立て上げておかないとね。
私の熱弁聞いてない。
Asuna Senpai was also rather strong in her own way to let Momoko do as she liked. She was rather indulgent to let such potential go, since the team was dependent on wins and losses. If Momoko trained well this summer and could get into the preliminary matches and do well, she might even get a college scholarship. Just then, a horn honk caused me to look up. Hi, Teach! Even in a small town with little traffic, I wasn't stupid enough to lie flat on the ground exhausted and be in the way of a car. So I wasn't entirely without a clue as to who honked the horn.
二人ともこんなところで何をしてるわけ？
Training!
あ、青井
It's
先
leg
生。
day!
と姫先輩と。
So it wasn't a warning honk, but a greeting honk. Aoi Sensei was in the driver's seat of the compact car. Aoi Shiro was in the passenger seat. And Yasumi should be in the back seat, but I didn't see her.
おい、ザワッチ？
Momoko, who was short, peered over from behind me and saw that Yasumi was lying prone in the back seat. She looks spaced out, Yasumi. Yasumi noticed Momoko and me. She gave a faint, gallant smile and tried to say something.
ああ、無理させないようにして。さっき具合悪くしたばっかりだから。
もうザワッチちゃんと食べないから。
車に乗ってからだったんで助かりましたけど。
She didn't seem to be carsick. She was able to travel the long distance by bus, and looking at Aoi Shiro, Sensei's driving didn't seem to be too terrible.
ちょっと重いものとか持たせすぎちゃったかしら。
もう一人買い物に人手を割くべきでしたね。
It was too late now, but both Yasumi and Aoi Shiro were feeling bad in the morning, and I should have had them rest. While Momoko and I were wastefully spending our stamina like this.
休み、気が回らなくてごめんね。
別にそんな。
She shook her head, causing her flowing hair to wave back and forth.
それに大きな買い物の終わった後のことでしたし。
Since they'd finished buying the necessary items, she thought she could last until they got home, and gave an abashed smile.
相沢さんがね、水着を持ってきていないって言うから。
ももちゃん買ってきたよ。えらいザワッチ、なんてけなげな。
That swimsuit will chase me through all the corridors of time and space. It's like a cosmic eldritch horror that you can wear. It won't leave me alone. Oh well. It's true that Yasumi was admirable, but thinking that way, was Momoko half responsible for the turn of events? I'd say she's more than half responsible, but whatever.
ゆっくり休んでよくなって、明日は一緒に海に行こうね。
Well, I didn't feel like raining on their beautiful display of friendship.
翔子先輩の分も買ってきたんで。
What'd you get me?
だそうです。
仕方ないわね。
Looking at me and saying that, I also felt a little bit responsible. Yasumi looked happy at my encouraging response. She tilted her head to the side as if thinking that something was strange.
いつもなら全然平気な程度だったんですけど。や
っぱり南国だからでしょうか。
とりあえず休むんならさっさとお寺に戻りましょう。ほら乗った乗ったってさすがに2人とも乗せるときついかしら。
It's not like the three of us wouldn't fit, but Yasumi was feeling bad, so I didn't want to crowd her.
シートベルトをしなくてはいけませんけど、休みちゃんには助手席に移ってもらえば全員乗っても大丈夫かと。
私走って帰りますんで、長先輩は後部座席でザワチの看病してあげてください。
逆の方が良くない？
先輩、貧血とかに効く変なツボとか知ってるじゃないですか。
おじいちゃんの職業柄ね。あと変なって言うな。
というわけですから。
Okay, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end things here. I think this is a good spot to stop.
進
Especially...
行上、カーソルを合わせると章台が表示されるわよ。
Oh. We're, okay, we're right here. Oh. Yeah, we seem to be right here. So we're definitely on a new sequence of events on the flow chart for sure. So I'm pretty satisfied now that we're finally on some place that's wholly new. So I guess we'll save whatever is going to be in store for us next time for the next episode, whatever that might be. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Aoi Shiro. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you all next time. Take care.